For this one, we're going to look at segment lengths when two chords intersect inside the circle. So we're going to first look at the formula, and all we do is take this chord and we're going to multiply one part by the other and then multiply and set that equal to this chord, one part times the other. So the formula for this one is part times part equals part times part. Now we're going to look at example 1. So we're going to look at this chord first. So one of the parts is 10 and the other part is x. And then we'll look at the one that's horizontal. One of the parts is 4 and the other part is 6. Now we're going to simplify. 10 times x is 10x and 4 times 6 is 24. So in order to get x by itself, right now we have 10 times x, so we're going to do the inverse operation and divide by 10, and x equals 2.4. We're going to do the same thing with example 2. So we're going to take the vertical chord, we're going to take one part, which is 5, times the other part, which is 8. Set this equal to the horizontal chord, so 4 is one part, times the other part, which is x. And we'll simplify. 4 times x is 4x. We'll set this equal to 5 times 8, which is 40. Then to get x by itself, again, right now it's 4 times x. So we're going to do the inverse operation, which is divide by 4. And x is 10. For example 3, it's the same concept. It just is a little bit more solving involved. Looking at the vertical one, we have 9 times 4x. And we'll set this equal to 8 times 4x plus 2. This one has two terms, so we're going to put this in parentheses. So 8 times 4x plus 2. This means that we're going to have to distribute this 8 to both terms. 8 times 4 is 32x. 8 times 2 is 16. And we'll set this equal to 9 times 4x, which is 36x. Draw a line down the equal sign. And we want to get all of our x values on the same side. So in order to do this, we're going to subtract this 32x, because right now it's being added to 16. So we're going to take this 32x from both sides to get 4x equals 16. And again, we have 4 times x, so the inverse is to divide by 4. So x equals 4. Lastly is example 4. We're going to look at the horizontal line, so 8 times 9, which is 72. We're going to set this equal to 6x times 12x. And 6 times 12 is 72x squared, because x times x gives us x squared. And to get rid of the 72 next to the x, because it's 72 times x squared, we're going to divide both sides by 72. And 72 divided by 72 is just 1. And then to get rid of this exponent, the inverse of squaring something is to square root it, and the square root of 1 is 1. So x equals 1.